Well, hello. Cory and I have come home from work today, and we stopped on this beautiful day at Chaptico Park. It's a beautiful park, isn't it, Cory? Yeah, it's so big. It is a big park, and they're doing all kinds of work, and their machines right over there, right over this hill here. I don't know if you can hear them. I'll be quiet for a minute. Can you hear those big machines? Let me turn the camera a little bit. There's a big machine right over that hill he's working. It's a big tractor. And they're spreading dirt, and the men are digging holes here, and the electric company's here. So it's an exciting time here. I don't know what all they're doing, but they're doing something. Today's incredible devotion is called Tap Into the Power. And think about that title, and look how bright it is out here. You see how bright Cory's face is? Okay, we're sitting, the sun's right overhead. And we're going to talk about something with the sun in a second here. Listen to this. This comes from the book of Ephesians, chapter 1, verses 19 and 20. All right, if you want to turn there, that's in the New Testament. The Bible says God's power is very great for us who believe. That power is the same as the great strength God used to raise Christ from death. Ooh, man, that's exciting, isn't it? Electricity. It powers our lights and our heating and our cooling. It powers our computers and our games, our phones, and so much more. Life would be very different without electricity. And as we were coming here today, we drove by some people's houses who do not have electricity. They're the Amish down here in southern Maryland, and they use oil lanterns still, and they don't have electricity or telephones. That'd be hard, wouldn't it? Well, that's just a different way they live. But listen, we get our electricity from many different sources that can be sorted into two groups. Okay, listen to this now. Those two groups are renewable resources and non-renewable resources. I don't know if you've ever heard these words before. Renewable resources are those that can be used over and over again, and they won't run out of energy. Let me give you some examples, like energy from the sun, and that's why I'm sitting here thinking about that right now. Okay, we use something called solar cells to catch that. Oh, here comes the tractor. Oh, he's driving down the road. I couldn't turn the camera fast enough. These include these renewable resources that never run out of power, are from the sun, the wind, it's very windy out here today, and water. Sometimes you'll hear that called hydroelectric resources. They can be reused over and over again. There's something called geothermal power, and that uses heat from below the surface of the earth. And there's something called biomass power. And this is something that burns plant and animal waste like cow poop. Ew! Yeah, cow poop. But they burn it and then it creates electricity. Now, those are renewable resources. What about non-renewable resources? These can be reused or they cannot be reused. And what I mean by that is someday they run out, like coal, and what else? Natural gas. You know, these are things that will eventually all run out, like oil, you know, things they get from inside the earth. Eventually, someday they'll all be gone, and they cannot be used over again. Whatever the source of electricity, its power keeps all the world's machines going, like that big tractor, okay, and all the other equipment they have in the other field, okay? So these electrical sources keep all these machines going. Well, there's a different kind of power that keeps Christians going. Are you listening to me? It's 100% renewable. It's the power of God. When you're tired or when you're not sure what you can do or what you should do, then it's time to tap into the power of God. He knows everything. You can look that up in Psalm 147 verse 5. He promises to answer you when you call on Him or when you call out to Him. That's in Psalm 120, verse 1. There's nothing impossible for Him. That's in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 26. No matter what you're facing, God has the power to carry you through it. So say a prayer right this second and tap into the power of God. Isn't that amazing? You can say a prayer something like this: Lord, your power is so great that I can't even imagine it. You created the stars and the planets, and you created me, and Cory, yeah, and Penny Pig, yeah. And the really amazing thing is that you promise to use your power in my life. Oh, thank you for that, God. Isn't that beautiful, kids? Here's an amazing fact. You may have heard this guy's name before. You ever heard of Benjamin Franklin? Well, he wasn't the first person to discover electricity, but there's a story that he made him famous for something called a lightning experiment. And according to this story, he flew a kite that had a metal key tied to it, and he flew it right into a thundercloud. And then lightning hit the key and electricity came down. We don't know if that's completely true or not. But you know what? Benjamin Franklin did invent something. It's called a lightning rod. And that's a device, when lightning hits it, it takes it away from a building. And they say he invented that many, many years ago. So that's an amazing thing. We used to have those on top of our house. Yep, lightning rods. Okay, so that's our incredible devotion today, out here on this beautiful sunny day. And I think it's, what is today, Wednesday? Oh, and people just pulled up with their dogs and they're walking their dogs here in the park. So it's just a beautiful day. I hope that you can get out and get some fresh air and just enjoy your time in God's beautiful creation. All right, we'll be right back. I'll have a little bit to talk to you about something called priorities again. We've been talking about that all week. So I'll be right back. Cory, you go sit in the truck and watch those doggies, because they might come over and have a Cory snack. Ah! Uh-oh, he lost his hat over that one. All right, see you later. Bye.